Oh, ladies and gentlemen, I'm at the Ties Internet Cafe and Lounge. We're going to have a great time. It's a quaint, nice little room. If I turn around and let you see. This is just going to be beautiful. So hopefully this is going to be my first time here trying to perform. Hopefully I'm going to have a great time. Or well, I know I'm going to have a great time. We're going to have jazz and a variety of things here. Anyway, I hope you get to enjoy this tape. Peace. And whenever you're doing the show, it's always good to see the behind scenes before the show. You can see we got Eric up here fixing the lighting. We got Alan over here jamming a little bit. Uh-oh, look like you got the light going. Oh, it's always a nice thing. It's going to be a great night. I can feel it in my bones. But anyway, enough of camera taking. Let me go on and check my notes to make sure I got everything right. So we still in rehearsal. The show ain't started yet. The band is warming up. Oh, it's going to be a great night. People are slowly tingling in. Got us a nice little crowd going. I tell you, I thank God for the opportunity to have me here. I'm going to try to entertain. Now, I'm feeling real good today because I had a great day. It was through the grace of God I was able to do something that I never thought I'd be able to do. This morning, I got my lady a Mercedes, excuse me, keychain. And, oh man, we just thrilled about the whole thing. You know, I'm originally from New York City, and I stayed on 127th Street. And right across the street was my high school, PS 154. Well, in the back of 1PS 54, we used to play basketball. Well, right across the street was the back of the famous Apollo Theater. And every once in a while, some of the stars would come out and play ball with us. Well, this one day I was out there, the famous Mr. Red Fox came out. And he wanted to play some ball with us. So, okay, we getting ready to play ball, and then all of a sudden, he realized that there's a problem. And the problem was with me. What it was my sneakers were torn, and the whole front of it flapped up like, you know, the bottom like that. He said, son, you can't play ball like that, you trip up and hurt yourself. So he reached into his pocket, and he pulled out a roll of money with a big old rubber band around it. I said, oh my God. So I turned around so I could look at my friends, you know, let them know that, yeah, Red Fox getting ready to get me some sneakers, y'all. And I could hear him say, here. And I turned around, and he was handing me that rubber band. He said, here, you put this around your sneakers. And he put his money back in his pocket. You know, coming up, I had a lot of fun in the projects. I mean, I had a great time. But as I got older, things changed. All my friends started getting girlfriends. And it was hard because I didn't know how to talk to a girl, you know. I'm hanging out with guys. So we used to have these pow meetings where all the guys would get together. You say this here, you say, hey baby, how you doing? And all that crap never did work. It never did work. And then one day, I'm sitting at the house watching the James Bond's marathon, and I noticed that it's something that James Bond always do, and he always get the girl. And what it was is when he approached the woman, he always say his last name first, and then his first name. So I said, oh, that must be it. So I get dressed, I go out to this club, and I'm looking, and I see her. She's sitting at the table by herself, beautiful. I said, oh, this is it. So I walked up to her all cool, because see, back in the day, I was cool. No, it wasn't a doubt about it, I was cool.
All right, cool.
And I said, hey, Brown, raised that eyebrow, James. And man, she turned real slow toward me. She put her hand on my chest and she licked her lips. And I said to myself, oh my God, it works. And she said, off. And I'm thinking, what kind of hell of a name is that? I said, off. She said, back off. Well, you know, I was embarrassed. I didn't know what to do, so, you know, I got mad and I just said, well, you know what? I seen better legs on the table. Just walked away. You know, I want to tell y'all about this girl who kind of grew up with us. This was real crazy. She had bought 2 blackbirds from somebody. But she was embarrassed by these birds because the birds, the only thing they would say was, let's have sex and let's party all night. She was a church girl, you know, she was embarrassed by this. So somebody mentioned to her that one of the pastors in the neighborhood had 2 blackbirds too. Then maybe she should go over there and talk to the guy. So she did this, and this is what he told her. He said, you know, I got 2 blackbirds I had ever since they were real little. And every day when I come home, I read them scripture out of the Bible. He said, why don't you, he said, well, you know, the birds, they pray now all the time. He said, why don't you bring your birds over to my house, and maybe my birds can teach your birds some words of encouragement, you know? So she said, that's a great idea. So the next day, she come with her 2 birds, and sure enough, when she get to his house, his birds are sitting there, they got their eyes closed, and they got these like beads in their talents, and they praying. You can hear them say, Jesus, this and that. So he said, come on, put the birds in the cage. So she put her birds in the cage, and as soon as they hit the floor, the first thing her birds said was, hey, let's have sex and party all night. Well, his birds, the preacher birds, they opened their eyes, and they looked at each other, and one bird said to the other, Brother Wilson, you can put the beads away. Our prayers have finally been answered. You know, it was these 3 guys. They died in a car crash. And they was in heaven. They call it orientation, heaven orientation. Well, you know, the angel came out and talked to them. And the angel said to him, if you were in the casket right now, and your family and friends came by, what would you want to hear them saying about you? And the first guy said, well, I would want them to say that I was a great doctor. I did great work. And I helped many people. And the angel said, that's good. He goes to the second guy. He said, what would you want to hear them say? And the guy said, well, I would want them to say that I was a teacher and that the kids loved me. I was loved all over. And the guy said, that's good. He goes to the third guy. He said, what would you want them to say? And the guy said, I would like for them to say, hey, y'all, come here. This guy's moving. Hey, anyway, listen. We're going to have a great night tonight. I would dash y'all with a few more jokes, but, you know, I got to save it for the next time. Listen, y'all have a great time tonight, all right? My name is James Brown, and you can see me on YouTube if you type in Rocklow 444. I do have some more stuff up there, all right?